10th standard beta. Does anyone have any questions with respect to the work we have done from this exercise? I think the first three exercises are easy. This one is a little different from the questions we have done. So if anyone has any questions, I did ask you to try and see why is the reason we've added 1 here to obtain the number of rungs. In order to obtain the number of steps of the ladder, we are given the distance between the first and the last step. It is 2.5 meters. The distance between two consecutive steps is 25 centimeters. Two steps are 25 centimeters apart. If you had to find out how many steps are there in all, this is the formula we will use. The distance between the first and the last step divided by the distance between two consecutive steps plus 1. Once you have the number of steps, you can find out the sum of those lengths for each of the steps. जो length है हर step की, it is forming an arithmetic progression with the first term as 45 centimeters and the common difference as -2. Apply the formula for SN and then you can obtain your answer. So first thing we will write down is the number of rungs in the ladder. So this is given as 2.5 meters. The distance between two consecutive rungs is 25 centimeters, sorry. Plus 1. Simplify and obtain the answer. This will be 250 centimeters over 25 centimeters plus 1, which gives you 11 rungs. So the value of N is equal to, and we require to find out the sum of all these lengths. So apply the formula and find out the answer. You can use the formula n by 2 into a plus an.
380.
The answer is
385 centimeters.
385 centimeters. If anyone's writing this.
Yes, ma'am.
S11 will be equal to 11 by 2. In the brackets, we will have A1 plus A11. The first term 45, the last term is 25. From here, simplifying, the answer comes out to be 385 centimeters. This is the length of wood required for the rungs.
Yes, ma'am. Written.
Let me just
No, I'm right.
Okay. I'm going to go over the students present, the list of the students present.
Done, ma'am.
Question number 4. The houses of a row are numbered consecutively from 1 to 49. Show that there is a value x such that the sum of the numbers of the houses preceding the house numbered as x is equal to the sum of the numbers of houses following it. So they have given you a clue also what we exactly need to find out. So let us say we have house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, so on up to house number 49. In a row, they are in a row and they are numbered from 1 to 49 consecutively. In between, there is a house whose number is x, house number x. उसके पहले जितने भी houses हैं, इन सभी की अगर हम values को add करें, you have to add the numbers. House number 1, that means 1, plus second house number 2, then up to the one right before hx, the house number which is marked as x, उससे पहले जो value आएगी, इनका जो sum होगा वो इसके बाद वाले houses के numbers के sum के equal होगा. So if I had to write down a general representation, hx से पहले कौन सी term आएगी? If I had to use the order in which consecutive terms are written, तो hx से पहले हमारा house number होगा x minus 1 और x के बाद होगा x plus 1. So you want to prove that sum of 1 to up to x minus 1 is equal to x plus 1 up to 49. Sorry, you are given that this exists. You have to find out x, the value of the house for which such a result exists. This is given to you that the sum of values from 1 up to x minus 1 is same as the sum of values from x plus 1 up to 49. You have to find out the value of x. And the relation they have given here, simply looking at the numbers of the houses, this will form an AP. Natural numbers की आपके पास finite sequence है, तो ये आपके पास arithmetic progression form कर रहा है. A की value 1 हो जाएगी, common difference 1 हो जाएगा. So if we have to add the consecutive terms starting from 1, तो ये जो left hand side वाला expression है, it is representing sum of the first x minus 1 terms. Tell me if that makes sense. ये left hand side पे जो उन्होंने x minus 1 लिखा है, वो कैसे लिखा है? So let us just put the number of the houses इस तरह से हैं आपके पास last तक house numbers. In between there is a house which is numbered as x. So इससे previous वाला होगा x minus 1 और इसके next वाला होगा x plus 1. So according to question you are given this. On the left hand side, since we have sum of the first x minus 1 terms of an AP, the formula can be used as sx minus 1, the representation. Whereas on the right hand side, the sum of the terms does not begin from the first term. ये फॉर्मूला सिर्फ हम तब यूज कर सकते हैं अगर हम फर्स्ट टर्म से लेके किसी पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू तक सम फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं. ये बीच में रैंडम किसी प्लेस से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. इन वैल्यूज का सम फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? टोटल जो इन 49 वैल्यूज का सम होगा, सम ऑफ ऑल 49 टर्म्स, उसमें से हम सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दें the previous ones, the ones which are not mentioned in this list, the sum of the first x terms, that will be sx. This is 1 plus 2 plus up to 49, and this is x plus 1, sorry, this is 1 plus up to x, sorry. तो x तक की टर्म्स जो होंगी वो सारी कैंसल आउट हो जाएंगी आपके पास उसके बाद वाली रह जाएंगी x plus 1, x plus 2, so on up to 49. Tell me if this is clear, because after this इसके बाद आपको फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करना है and you have to solve the equation containing x. Anyone with questions? How this relation is formed?
Ma'am, why didn't you include x on the left hand side?
Because आपको सिर्फ उसकी preceding term तक का सम लेना है. हाउस नंबर x is not included, वो नहीं इंक्लूड हो रहा सम में. उसके प्रीवियस वाले और उसके फॉलोइंग वालों का आपको सम लेना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू जस्ट स्पीक फॉर योर सेल्फ, अपने आप को कंसिडर कर लो दैट योर रोल नंबर इज सच अ वैल्यू कि उससे प्रीवियस जितनी वैल्यूज है उनका टोटल कर लें. सो इफ माय रोल नंबर इज लेट्स से 29 एंड योर क्लास हैज 53 स्टूडेंट्स, मान के चलते हैं, तो 29 को नहीं इंक्लूड करना, 1 से लेके 28 का सम एक तरफ और 29 के बाद वाली वैल्यूज का सम एक तरफ. वो इसको ऐसे सोच लो दैट वैल्यू x इज डिवाइडिंग द हाउसेस इनटू 2 ग्रुप्स. उस वैल्यू को नहीं लेना आपको. पहले ग्रुप का सम इक्वल्स टू सेकंड ग्रुप का सम.
Okay, ma'am.
Anyone with questions how we have written this? Anyone else? S x minus 1 will be equal to s 49 minus s x. So a is 1, d is 1. Apply the formula. Left hand side पे n की जगह पे आपको x minus 1 यूज करना है. Right hand side पे आपके पास दो bracketed formulae होंगे and you have to work with those expressions. Take your time when you simplify this. I want you to try this. I will be doing it alongside, but do begin yourself. खुद कोशिश करो इसको solve करने की. Left hand side. Now, if you want, we can write down the formula on a side. This is the formula we have in general. So 1 by 1. n की जगह पे आपको x minus 1 यूज करना है. a की जगह पे 1 आ जाएगा, d की जगह पे 1 आ जाएगा. I'm just simplifying this. So n by 2 in the brackets, n plus 1. Using this, x minus 1 by 2 in the brackets, x minus 1 plus 1, n replaced by x minus 1. For 49 and for x, same way, 49 by 2 into 49 plus 1 in the brackets for sx, x by 2 in the brackets, x plus 1. Tell me if this is clear how I have used it. मैंने directly पूरा formula नहीं use किया. मैंने AD की values पहले से use करके SN को simplify कर लिया. फिर इसमें मैंने replace किया है n by x minus 1, n by 49 and n by x. X minus 1 by 2 multiplied with x equals to 49 multiplied by 25 minus x into x plus 1 by 2. Combine the terms with x on one side. Kindly check if I have done correctly till here. I think I've missed something. This becomes a square, that becomes a square. There is 25 by 2.
Ma'am, on the left hand side there should be 2x, then 2 will get cut.
Right.
And there should be on the left hand side x minus 2 plus 2.
At this step, you will have x by 2 into 2x. So you will not have this. So x square is equal to 49 into 25. X equals to positive negative square root of the product. This will be x equals to plus minus 35. Since x is representing a house number, it cannot be negative. The value of x will be equal to 35. Anyone with questions? Anyone who's writing this
No.
down?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the first step on the left hand side, shouldn't it be x minus 2 plus 2?
How come?
Ma'am, for the sum of x minus 1 terms.
I have actually used this expression. The one on the right hand side where I have simplified the sum of the first n terms. I've used the value for a and b, and this is how the representation is. So I only have to replace n with x minus 1. If you use it, I think you are saying if we use the same formula twice, then plus x minus 2. This is what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a direct formula, n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 times d. I did not use this. I used this one after simplifying. You will eventually get this result. X square will be equal to the product of 49 and 25. आपने ओरिजिनल फॉर्मूला यूज किया है, मैंने उसको मॉडिफाई कर लिया था टू वर्क विद. Anybody else with any questions? Or if anyone's noting this down. Okay. The last question of the exercise. A small terrace at a football ground comprises of 15 steps, each of which is 50 meters long and built of solid concrete. Each step has a rise of 1/4 meters and a tread of 1/2 meters. Calculate the total volume of the concrete required to build the terrace. So they have given you a clue that you can consider the volume required to build the first step. So in order, in this way, आप first step के लिए find out कर लो कितना concrete required है, second के लिए find out कर लो, third के लिए find out कर लो, observe the values, you will see it forms an AP and then you have to just find out the sum of those volumes. पहले step के लिए concrete का volume plus second step के लिए concrete का volume, so on up to the 15th step. So the number of steps is already given. This is the value of n. The formula to find out the volume for each step will be same as the volume of a cuboid, length into breadth into height. This is the length and this is the breadth and this is the height. This is one way of doing it. अगर आप वैसे observe करो जो breadth है, tread है जो, वो same रह रहा है, length of the step is remaining same, सिर्फ height increase हो रही है. पहले है quarter of a meters, वो increase हो जाएगी by another quarter, वो half meters हो जाएगी, so on it forms an AP. आप पहले height का sum find out कर सकते हो, फिर बाद में उसको volume में convert कर सकते हो. Total height multiplied by the volume. So इस तरह से भी किया जा सकता है. We will proceed the way they have given. Let's find out the volume and do write down that the values obtained from an AP before you apply the sum. Make it a habit. So question number 5th. In general, length of each step is 50 meters. The breadth of each step is half meters. This is the tread. This will be A1. Then volume of concrete used for step number 2. Can you quickly find out the values for these? The length and the breadth for the steps will remain same. The height will keep increasing at each step by 4 meters.
A1 is 25 by 4.
Okay.
Step to 25 by 2.
25 by 2. All right. Then third one,
75 by 4.
75 by 4.
75 by 4. All right. So do these form an arithmetic progression? (25 by 2 minus 25 by 4).
25 by 4.
25 by 4. Then A3 minus A2, we have 75 by 4 minus 25 by 2. I'm just using the values you have given to me. I'm not cross-checking. So please ensure that the values you're giving to me are correct. This again is 25 by 4. Please check.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is equal, and this forms an arithmetic progression. The first term is 25 by 4, and the common difference is also 25 by 4. We require the sum of these volumes up to the 15th term, that is S15. Apply the formula and find out the answer. Cross check, is this the answer obtained? And tell me if you have completed this.
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone still writing this?
Yes, ma'am.
We will be doing the derivation of the formulae, the one required one to find out the nth term and the formula to find out the sum of the first n terms. After that, the next chapter that we will be doing is chapter number 7, coordinate geometry. And this time you don't have any graph work. You have formula based chapter. उसमें आपके पास formulae हैं. Working with coordinate geometry.
Ma'am, done.
So the formula to find out the nth term of an arithmetic progression, to begin with, just write down the general representation on which your arithmetic progression depends. So let the first term be A. Let us represent the first term as A and the common difference as D. Now we will write down the terms. The first term itself is A1. This is the first term. The second term, represented by A2, is actually equal to A1 plus B. Previous term में हम common difference add कर देंगे. तो आपके पास answer आएगा A plus D. Then looking at the third term, A3 can be obtained by adding the common difference to the second term. So this will be A plus D plus D. This is the second term. उसमें हमने common difference add कर लिया. This becomes A plus 2D. If you want, you can write down one more term. Fourth term भी लिख लेते हैं. उसके बाद आप इसको generalize कर सकते हो. Fourth term is equal to A4. The representation is A4. This can be obtained by adding the common difference to the third term. हम सिर्फ definition apply कर रहे हैं अपनी. Third term की value आपने भी previous step में find out की है A plus 2D. This is the value of the third term. इसमें हम common difference add करेंगे. Answer आ जाएगा A plus 3D. So, right? Now, looking at the pattern form here, you just have to generalize this. आपके पास जो पहली term है, there is no common difference added to the first term. Whereas, while writing down the second term, first term में हमने common difference को एक बार add किया है. Third term के लिए हमने first term में twice the common difference add किया है. Fourth term में हमने thrice the common difference add kiya hai. So generalizing from here, the nth term represented by an will be equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. Just place wali hum term find out kar rahe hain. One less than that value is to be multiplied with the common difference. The first value is the same. First term is present in all these expressions. आपकी बुक में वैसे उन्होंने एक स्टेप और लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे इसको जनरलाइज करके कि ये जो कॉमन डिफरेंस के साथ वैल्यू मल्टीप्लाइड है उन्होंने उसको इस फॉर्मेट में लिखा हुआ है. इफ यू वांट यू कैन डू दैट एज वेल. इट्स नॉट रिक्वायर्ड दो. वो इस तरह से लिख रहे हैं इसको. इस 1 को लिख रहे हैं 2 minus 1 times d बिकॉज इट्स A2. तो यहाँ पे 2 minus 1 आ रहा है. फिर A3 के लिए वो लिख रहे हैं A plus 3 minus 1 times d. And A4 के लिए A plus 4 minus 1 times. This is not that important as the second one, the formula to find out the sum of the first n terms. So I'm just leaving it here. Complete this. Tomorrow we will be doing the derivation for the second formula, the sum of the first n terms. And then we will begin with chapter 7. If anyone's writing this, I can share it in the group and you can note it down. that will be all for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you.